Hi all, welcome to this very FUTMAS heavy content day. This is why it's just called FUTMAS SBC guys. We've got Vidal and Shaqiri dropping, both fairly reasonable in terms of value and return, and plus our plenty of our SBCs. If you can smash the links, be awesome. Sub to the channel if you're new. I'm on Twitter at GIsALegend. All the links are down below for posting the channel and social media links as always. Hopefully you're all set for Christmas tomorrow, and we're going to break down each individual SBC in terms of their costs, are they worth it, and just kind of go from there really. So you've got Vidal, Shaqiri, the base icon has returned, then you also have the 82, 88 upgrade and the 83 plus rated guaranteed. Expect 83s and 84s to be probably very common in the 83 plus rated, but Vidal 60k, 60, 65, okay upgrades but not major. I think because it's just one inform boost, it's just it doesn't overly appeal to people when it's just like one inform boost. Like, yes, he's got 70 pace now, but saying that, you could just use his base card and put Shadow anyway, so and you'd be pretty much pushing nearly 80 pace anyway. But as terms of cards go, 60, 65k, one route, no packs. Is he worth it? Probably not. Like, there's better cards out there, and he's the type of player he's likely to maybe get another flashback card maybe, or an inform, whatever it may be. But we're going to build the route live in the background, just to kind of give you the idea of it. But for 60k, you've got tons of other options. As I said, you could look at like your informs like Fakir, buy him at right, obviously have the right mid one, but just play him at Cam, Canales, Benzema, even if you wanted to play him at like as a Cam centre mid, if you really wanted to, but I doubt many folk really would use Benzema unless it was at striker. But as I said, 60, 65k, Shaqiri is about 15k to do. Now, a lot of people would be put off by him, like for 15k, like if his inform was to happen, it's going to be a lot more than 15k, let's put it that way. We all know that. Like, his inform is fairly straightforward, so the route that we're building for each player, and all the SBCs in general, necessarily don't like say go by them as gospel. It's just more a case of giving you an idea of where to kind of go with it, because I always like to rely on the other leagues that aren't being used. So like, because La Liga and EPL are required, I try and work around it. So that's why I'll use like Ligue 1, Serie A, Bundesliga where sees fit. So just to give a breakdown on Vidal, for a +2 upgrade, he's been given +3 pace, +3 shot, +2 passing, +4 dribbling, +2 defending, and +2 physical, and all in all gives you 70 pace, oddly. So 70 sprint speed and 71 acceleration. But as I said, 60k for him. And with Shaqiri, he has been given a +3 pace boost, +3 shooting, +2 pass, +2 dribbling, +1 defending, and +7 physicals, which is quite a hike, I would say. Like, Stam's up 7, strength's up 7, jumping's up 5, and aggression is up 6. And if you put Hawk on him further, that probably then makes him even more appealing, I would say. Obviously then it gives him over 80 strength, 77 aggression, 66 jumping, and also it gets his shooting up nicely in the pace. So for 15k he could be worth doing. Now I would say for not just like Vidal and Shaqiri, if the 83 plus SBC, the most common, like the 83 plus SBC, the most common formula you will see implemented for it is going to be, because it's an 82 squad, I'm not going to submit it, but I'm just going to alter the players accordingly, as you can see, just so it proves that it works with chemistry and all that kind of good stuff, is 9 82s and 2 81s. So if you've been doing the 82 88 upgrade and you've got a pile of 82s, this is the best one. If you want my best advice for you to do the 82 88s, get through your untradeable golds first, work through league at a time, because, so for example, EPL, I would go lowest rated, but I'd also go untradables, so that way I can get through my untradable supply first, then get through the and then I'd also want to check my tradable supply in case there's other players that may be worth a few coins. I'm obviously not going to complete because at the moment I'm holding off, and I'll maybe do it for a separate video where I maybe do a pile of them just to see what the 82, 88s bring, and then maybe what the 83s bring, just to give you an idea. But that's the kind of thing I would do. Obviously Gazaniga I might, because he's untradable anyway, so I could happily get rid. Then on to the Icon SBC 4 routes. It's a lot cheaper than last time. Just to say as well, for costs for each individual SBC, 82, 88's like 4 or 5k. You can pretty much just bid like your 82, your non-rare golds for like 350, 400 a pops. So and at worst you pay like 450 or 500, and then 83 is, you're probably going to get your 82 supply for about 700. So, and plus the 83s and 84s are going to be commonly packed, so you may even get some 83s and 84s nabbed on the cheap anyway. And if you've got like your say 80, 81s that are just kind of sitting in the club doing nothing, then it gives you use for them. But Icon SBC is like, what I hate about it is the pack return on top of the base icon is pretty dire. Like, I don't know why they do like 3 2 rare gold player packs and a 2 player pack. Why not just give us like some half decent packs on top, even if it was like 4 15k packs? Just give it like something worthwhile. Now the common theme I use for all 4 routes is pretty much Serie A. Like, generally Serie A is quite cheap and it's quite straightforward to work with. I will say the 84 squad could be done by like Liga NOS for example, or even any of them could be, but you've got to be wary of like Bruno Fernandes in particular and the various informs within the league if they're cheaper than some of the base cards. But there's always plenty of flexibility in every route, which is quite handy, and it's not hard. It is genuinely not difficult in the slightest. And as I've said, if you've rinsed your 82, 88s supply, then moved on to like, depending on what you've packed from the 82, 88s, if you've got like say plenty 84s to 87s and you wanted to put them through into this, you're more than likely to do it. But then also at the same time, depending if you've got like a pile of like 82s, 83s, and you say to yourself, I've not really got an SBC for them yet, I might put them in 83s and try and get myself some more 84 plus cards like 85s, 86s, then go for it. It's worth a chance. It's like, but base icon wise, you probably commonly see a lot of the weaker icons, and because the latest icon swaps is due to drop fairly soon, is it worth doing? Probably not. And most base icons, well, most are like, now they're out of packs because we're at the prime stage, I wouldn't overly be too fussed. I'd rather just buy the icons. You can generally buy like what, 3 or 4 cheap icons, and depending who you specifically want as well, you could generally sometimes buy the middle or the prime version, sometimes just as cheap or about the same price as what you're spending collectively on this. And because we don't really have an SBC where icons are going to have a use, it makes kind of pointless to kind of do this SBC in a sense, because you've got to then say to yourself, oh, what SBC can I put this icon in? Well, I've not really got an icon SBC to do, so you're kind of snookered. Then as you can see, I kind of went Bundesliga here, but then I realised, why am I doing that? And then I rectified it fairly. I rectified it soon after when I realised, oh, I could just go Serie A, just as convenient. Sometimes takes a little bit of time. So collectively, for all your SBC costs and breakdown, you're about 430 for the base icon, and there's tons of, I'll get the maths done on Twitter so that way you know roughly what base icon spend is. So about 430 for a base icon, and I'll break down how many icons are under that and how many are over that. Vidal about 65k, then Shaqiri about 15, 8288 about 5k, and then the 83 plus around 9 to 10k to do. So hopefully you find this useful, folks. Plenty covered in this video with all the SBCs that have dropped tonight. Smash the like as always, sub to the channel if you're new, follow me on Twitter at GZlegend. Hope you have a great Christmas, folks. I might have an upload tomorrow if I get enough time tonight, and I will catch you all later.